I needed that. This is why weed isn't legal in Australia. I'm not going to waste my time explaining how awesome I think weed is. I'm just going to explain why I think it's not done here. Even though America, Canada, Israel, Spain, Portugal seem to be pushing it through quite nicely. Even North Korea, you can smoke weed legally. Here in Australia, we're still just waiting. So this is just my opinion on why it's not quite legal here. I might be wrong on a lot of these points, and in that case, you can take your own time to write, make a film, edit it, and post it in. First up, I hear mentioned a lot of our heads of state have possibly invested or have light connections, should we say, with big pharma companies. Wink wink nudge nudge. Which means that they have invested money or have been lent money by big pharmaceutical companies that would want them to be quite lenient towards the idea of not legalizing any medicine that you could possibly grow yourself. Big pharma is such a big industry that it's really not hard to see how you could get blinded by all of the money. I mean, if I had invested in a massive, evil, invisible cash cow that sells drugs to people while training other people to prescribe more of these drugs, not only would it make money, it would virtually ejaculate money into the air. Like filth and corruption, just... And that, unfortunately, is where a lot of our head of states are. Just standing under this showering stream of steaming doo-doo and money, unfortunately. And the irony isn't lost on me. The drugs that are prescribed by most of these big pharmaceutical companies don't really work or have side effects that are that nasty. Most people would rather start doing heroin for breakfast.
You want some heroin?
Now, I know this may tickle your angry bone, but you're just going to fucking deal with it. Politicians won't actually contemplate legalizing it when one of their own people is ill. So it's not until themselves, their children, a relative, or a close friend of theirs, if they have any, is literally affected by a disease that can only be cured and or relieved by cannabis or one of its derivatives. Do you want to try some chemo? Just a little bit of chemo. No? You don't want some? Maybe you should Google Rick Simpson. Silly Billy. Money doesn't cure cancer. Cannabis does. The prison unions are another one that could stand to suffer a wee bit from the legalization of cannabis, because their investors might stand to lose a bit once they realize that most of their regular customers are not coming back to their fine rehabilitation centers. A lot of employment would go down the drain, and where else could some crazy, sadistic prison guard go? To bully and overpower and stand over people for a living. Oh wait, that's right, yes. They could join the police force. But hold on a second, if we legalize pot, that means that a lot of the people that the police force are playing around with at the moment, they won't actually qualify for judiciary readjustments anymore, because if weed's legal, then they're not criminals anymore, so you don't have to deal with them, and you'd literally have to go and fight real crime, like cyber fraud, murder, sexual abuse, pineapple on pizza. The list goes on. One more fine customer that might be affected by the legalization of cannabis is clearly the people that have invested recently in the alcohol and tobacco companies. Now, cannabis would kick them clear in the dick. And if you were to take these people and just offer them a gram of freshly grown Australian weed, I'm pretty sure not all of them would take it, but a handful of them would take it. They'd behave better. You know, they wouldn't end up in so much fucking trouble. To me, it just seems that we'd end up with a lot less incarceration and violence. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people agree with me. I think I'm right. I think I'm pretty fucking right on this one. I'm pretty sure I'm right on this one. Yeah, I'm right. I'm definitely right. There are all the main points I wanted to make. Most of these examples come back to really the people in control choosing wealth over health. Until, of course, they're with us, next to us in the waiting room, crying into a fucking bag of their prescription medicines. How did we get here? Oh fuck, it hurts. Why can't I get a pain medication that works? Oh, that's right, because I lobbied against it when I had a chance to make a difference. It's Australia, 2018. Welcome. We have pharmacies and bottle shops on every corner. Legalise weed, Australia. It's well beyond time. You can follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Follow, comment, like, share.